In this case, people took to social media to ask for the two involved to be expelled. The two students in the video, however, decided to leave the university before their limits of free speech could be tested. But by law, the administration was limited in what it could do. The Vera Institute of Justice conducted a study on the Oklahoma County Jail. It found an overcrowding with 2,500 inmates in a facility built for 1,200. An estimated 80% of those people in this jail were not convicted yet, and 1/4 of jail admissions were for nonviolent crimes. Despite the president's announcement yesterday, support here at the Capitol is in full force. Most teachers feel that their needs have not been met yet, and it's not time to quit the fight. Rather than grabbing a quick cup of joe on the go, more than 80 entrepreneurs from around Norman met here at Main Site Contemporary Art Gallery. In 1968, you could buy a gallon of gas for just 34 cents. And you could see a movie in theaters for $1.30. This decision comes after the governor and OU President James Gallagly emphasized the need for more diversity on the board after racial incidents on the OU campus. Aspen, we have reached out to OU Enrollment Services, and they have confirmed that McCall is no longer a student at the University of Oklahoma, even though his Facebook page says that he still studies here. He was, however, a student just last semester. And now to that video, it was posted on 2 Instagram accounts owned by McCall, and then it quickly spread throughout Twitter. Gerlot emphasized her continuing support of international students and says more detailed information will begin to surface as this process continues. You can read the entire lawsuit on OUnightly.com. Reporting on the OU campus, Lauren Linville. Debtors' prisons are unconstitutional, yet they live on in Oklahoma. There are different levels within the criminal justice system.
When a person gets arrested and booked into the county jail, if they're unable to pay their bond, they must remain incarcerated in the jail until their case is disposed of. And so what equates to happening in those situations is a person is being held before they've actually even been found guilty of a crime.
The other is when people who can't afford to pay fees and fines are incarcerated. Catherine Goonan experienced this herself.
Did not have $1 towards my bond. I sat in the Oklahoma County Jail for 4 months.
Catherine was locked up for 4 months pre-trial, arrested for drug trafficking, essentially living in a debtor's prison.
So in essence, we are criminalizing poverty in that situation.
Catherine had yet to be convicted of a crime, but was on 24-hour lockdown.
The 4 months that I was there, I probably got outside of my cell a total of 5 times.
The Vera Institute of Justice conducted a study on the Oklahoma County Jail. It found an overcrowding with 2,500 inmates in a facility built for 1,200. An estimated 80% of those people in this jail were not convicted yet, and 1/4 of jail admissions were for nonviolent crimes.
It cost the taxpayers of any county a lot of money, precious resources, scarce resources to house these individuals.
Catherine was bailed out by Team, a nonprofit that focuses on helping individuals re-entering society.
And if I'm not convicted, all that time away from my child, away from my family, away from being able to build or have something, you don't reimburse me that. You can't get that back. You don't pay me for my lost time.
She wants her life back and the lives of thousands of other Oklahomans who are behind bars because they are poor. Lauren Linville, OU Nightly. Some Oklahoma teachers walked back into their schools today after spending 9 straight days at the Capitol in support of education funding.
OEA has been polling our membership since last Monday, and we can report that 70% of respondents indicate they are unsure that continuing the walkout phase of our campaign will likely lead to further achievement of the Together We're Stronger goals.
Despite the president's announcement yesterday, support here at the Capitol is in full force. Most teachers feel that their needs have not been met yet, and it's not time to quit the fight.
We started kind of already in the hole, and they haven't even gotten us back up to that point. So that is why we're still here. Several of us are not even represented by OEA. We didn't start because they asked us to come here. We started because we needed funding for our kids that we haven't had for years.
Frustration with Oklahoma legislation remains, but it comes from supporters of all ages.
That's something these legislators better remember. They just turned an entire generation of kids into advocates for their own public education. And if they don't think that they're going to vote them out when they hit 18, just wait a couple of years and see.
Cheering, creative signs, and people from all across Oklahoma filled the entrance of the Capitol.
You know, we know, especially in our Westwood community, how much parents care about us. But to see it statewide it just fills your heart. And it's like the biggest teacher appreciation situation you could ever imagine.
Those who were at the Capitol today are still unsure of what's next, but they are sure the OEA announcement did not stop them from going back. Lauren Linville, OU Nightly. There are thousands of patients and volunteers here at the fairgrounds, but by 7 a.m. this morning, they had already reached capacity for the number of patients they could take in for the day. OK Mom is designed to provide free dental care to as many patients as time, volunteers, and supplies will allow. No questions asked. People of all ages and backgrounds can attend the clinic. No identification required. Volunteers consist of dental professionals and so much more.
Every walk of life. We've got judges and attorneys, and we have pastors, and we have stay-at-home moms that are here. So it takes a little bit of everything. This is our village for these 3 days.
All of these people come from all over the place.
All over to receive cleanings, fillings, extractions, limited root canals, and immunizations. Doors opened last night at 10 for patients.
We were done setting up the clinic yesterday with most of the work by about 4 o'clock, and when I left there were about 50 people in line at the gate to the state fairgrounds.
OU dental and dental hygiene students are a big part too.
It's fun to actually get to treat patients and talk to them and get to see their results and everything and how thankful they are for everything. Like the guy I saw this morning, he just kept saying, thank you so much, thank you so much.
Doors will open at 10 again tonight for patients to go ahead and get in line for tomorrow morning, where they will start being seen at 5 a.m. Reporting from the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City, Lauren Linville.